Dear ones, what is it like to hear me say that kind of a little bit of a rhyme? Stay in your heart while the world falls apart. Like, what? Stay in my heart when the world falls apart? No, I need to go out there and do something. I'm not staying in my heart. I'm staying in my mind and listen to all that commentary, that auto commentary that tells me what I should do, what I must do. That is what we do, at least most of us. So the invitation to stay in your heart while the world falls apart, that might seem a little contradictory, huh? But what is this world that falls apart? What is it? Is it God's world? Is it the divine world? Is it the world of love, of connection, justice, peace? Is that the world that's falling apart? Not really, huh? Not really. And that is the real world. And that is the world that we want to uh, anchor into, like old, bring forth, while all that other stuff is falling apart. That other stuff is the false matrix, all the lies that we have been told, programmed with. And here's our responsibility. And we have believed and accepted. And I would say now we are responsible for it because there is so much more awareness for all of us that we actually have access to the part of us that can choose. Where, let's say, 10, 20, 50 years ago, I don't know how much access we really had, to be honest with you. I don't know if we were responsible for, choosing these things that are going on in the world. I don't even think we had no clue. It was like that option of choice wasn't, we didn't have access to that. But we do now. We do now. And that's why I want to really invite you to stay in your heart. You can choose to do that. You can choose to stay in your heart while this other world is collapsing and falling apart because it didn't work. It didn't work because we lived in a way that we were not staying in our heart. We were staying in here, listen to that commentary that, you should, you're not good enough. You can't just la la la, you have to work hard. You need to do this to survive. This is what we have been living, and this is what we have been observing and experiencing and believing as an outer projection of this program that we have been fed unconsciously, but it's more conscious now than ever, my friends. And that's why we have a choice. Do you believe that you have a choice? I mean, can you feel it? Can you go in somewhere when I say, you have a choice? You have a choice to stay in your heart here, present in stillness and peace, in connection with who you truly are. You have a choice to do that, and you have a choice to not engage in that except if it is coming from here. If it's coming from here, more feed for the matrix. So, do you believe that? Does that make sense to you? I would just say, take a moment and just see, do you get upset with me when I say that? Or do you go, oh my God, that's a relief. I don't have to engage in that nonsense anymore? Or anything in between. But find out what is true for you. What do you resonate with? And what choice do you feel that you have access to? Do you even feel you have access to choice? Or are you just like one of these little, what are they called? These things that bumble, things that just move around in the wind. Whatever way the wind blows, this thing here, tumbleweed, it just goes in that direction. And that's how we have lived. That's what we have believed because the programming told us so. So as the world is falling apart, and I think we can agree that it is on all levels, and we have heard about this for so long. I mean, I've been hearing this, feeling this, knowing this for a long, long time. I even wrote about it in my book. Was that in 1999? I said something like, a new wave is coming in and the old wave is going out, and we need to be on the new wave. If we are on the old wave, that is going to go under, and you're going to go under with it. So here's the choice, right? You can jump from the old wave of duality, of blaming, shaming, fighting, war. Um, you know it. I don't even want to go there. So you have the choice to stay on that wave, the old wave, or to jump onto the new wave right here. The old wave, the auto commenting, the nonsense that we are being fed 24/7, they're all lies. Yeah, they're all lies. There might be some things in there that sound pretty good, and that's great. That might be because they're connected to here. But on their own, they will just talk about separation and doomsday and hatred and blame and them and us and they're wrong and we're right. All that stuff. Programming to be divided. And what's going on in the world now, it feels like there's always the next thing that we can be divided about. It's like, oh, no, it's them, it's them. And then this thing said, it's like, oh, no, it's them. No, it's them. And it will keep popping up, right? It's everything right now. It's kind of a very interesting movie to watch when you are able to step out of it. And in here, so you just watch it like, wow, yeah, let that fall apart. Maybe some of us will go down with it. It's possible. But if you're out here, you will go down with it anyway. So there's a much bigger chance to stay here with so many other light workers like you and me, where we are really bringing in a higher frequency just by being it. We're not doing anything. We might do something, but it's about being here. Stay in your heart while the world falls apart, and just practice it. Take a day where maybe you don't watch the news or you don't read about it, you don't listen to the latest podcast about doomsday, whatever. And you just say, I'm just going to take a day where I'm just going to stay here and, tend to my inner garden, my outer garden. I'm going to go and do some weeding, and I'm going to go and fix that fence, or I'm going to go over to a friend's house who has a garden and maybe help out a little bit, or I'm going to start a painting or do a little sewing, who knows what, some cooking. You just leave that world of duality alone. And you just tend to what feels good, what is simple, what you long for, what gives you a feeling of, oh, yeah, that's what I want. And what do you think this one is going to do? You already know it. It's going to tell you you can't do that. You have to be engaged in the world. You have to help others if you're a helper. You have to do this. You cannot just follow your heart and just be simple. Just let it all be really, really simple. You can do that. I promise you, you can do it. And I want to give you a challenge. Try it. Try it and see what happens. Try and see if it is possible and what it's like to do it. And then the next day you might go, wow, that actually felt really good. And I'll just check quickly the news or my whatever, my emails or whatever. It's like, oh my God, that's actually not so important. So I'm going to go back here and let all the news and all the stories, let it all just fall. I'm just going to stay here and watch the show from a place of peace. And when I do that, that peace actually touches the world. And that's a very different kind of touching than this one. It's like, oh my God, I have to do something and it's terrible and la 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 la. That's a different kind of touching, right? That's engaging in it and feeding it and, just kind of looping around. Well, here, oh, that's very interesting. Wow. And you just observe it from a place of peace, maybe while you're pulling your carrots out of the garden, maybe you're making a pie, a raw vegan pie, if you're anything like me. You just do things that just feel good. Try it for a day and comment. Let us know what it is like to just not engage in that nonsense. Your engagement, your opinions, your rage, your whatever is not going to help it or change it. And I think somewhere down there, we know that that's true. So it's not that we think it's going to help, it's just because we don't know how to be present with our unhealed and unintegrated emotions. And that's why we can't find a place of peace to go and stay in while that is happening. So that's where I think very important work is needed for all of us. So we really can, so we're able to stay in this place of presence and peace and not get totally, swooped away by our own emotions that we have not met yet. So they can find peace too. Because that's really what it is, isn't it? If you can't find a place of peace in the world, it's because there's an inner war, an inner turmoil. And we need to tend to that with peace, with love from the heart, with kindness, with curiosity. So, my friends, give it a try. Stay in your heart and let the world fall apart. It is going to happen anyway. Actually, it is already happening anyway. So, why not try and add a different frequency and energy to the experience as it's falling apart? Maybe it's going to land a little softer because you're not out there fighting it, because you're bringing a loving cushion of energy to it. Let's try it. And please comment. Let me know how that is for you. If this resonates with you, I ask you to like and share. Maybe you want to subscribe to stay connected with what I share here. And I would love to hear your experience. And I always reply to everybody who responds or comments. All right, friends. Peace. Peace.